What another beautiful, beautiful day. So, we're now putting in the screed bars, scaffolding bars, but we use them to screed off, so now I can set all the levels. We're having a slight fall this way, so we can go into like a French drain at the end over there. Let's just put the blocks on to see where it's going to come to, but every single one of these bars yet, they're not at the right height. They need digging down first and setting either side, and then we'll run them level with my big screed bar to each one. So yeah, we'll get cracking with this. Lovely. I'll give them an hand. Big queue up. So, we've now got all the bars set in. If you notice, there's some low spots here now. So what we're going to have to do is nip off, go and pick up some MOT and top it up before we put the screeder sand on. Right, well I made it to Sproston's. Going to load us up now, stick it on the back, and then we'll get back to the job. Get this spread, probably going to have to do another run yet as well, back and forth. Like I say, it's one of them, you sometimes have to leave the job and go and do your running about. But yeah, get this loaded up. And then we've got to shovel it off yet. Right, we'll get that all in now. Right guys, next step is this in there. Get it all tops up. Well, that's one down. I think we might just get it with one more. Should do. There's a bit to top up here, but I need to block that in yet as well. So I'm going to nip off and go get another one. Oh, we're back with the MOT. Oh, we got TP here. It's supposed to be late this afternoon, but never mind. It's here now. Right, we need to clear some room. How many pallets have we got?
3.
3. Said late this afternoon.
Did he?
Better early than late, I suppose. Right, yeah, no worries.
Where do you want to go? Just in front of the
Right, well, TP has been. Matt makes me noise. I've not got my mic on again, I do apologise. I'm going to stick a quick time lapse on. Right guys, so this next bit, I'm going to whack it. But I'm going to wet the surface down first. It stops the dust going in everywhere and it helps it compact it a bit. So I'll just wet the surface up. Not too much though, so it stops it all binding together and you wash it all the dust away. But just so it binds together just nicely. So that's all compacted. Getting the screed down now. We are going to have to pick some more up because we only had one bulk bag here. But as I put this down, I'm going just above the bars. So when we compact it, it compacts back down to just above the bars. That way, when I get my screed bar, wherever it is, down there, and I pull it, I can just take an excess off. and the bars don't stay in. We take them out afterwards and put a dry mix in there. Well, that was another quick trip over to Sprozzies for the grit sand for the screed. Matt's already started putting it down for us. So as he's barring it over, I'm going to rake it, and then I'll get me big screeding rake just to rake it out a bit more. Then we'll waz over it with a whacker, and then we'll probably screed it out tomorrow. Thing is, if I was to screed it tonight, the customer will be back and forth on it overnight. Yeah, the customer will be walking over it back and forth all night, and then that way they'll all be marks in it, so then you've got to re-screed it. So best thing to do it first thing in the morning when we start blocking. But yeah, I'm going to get cracking with this anyway. Matt will be whinging at me. You think he's quiet, but he's not. He's a bully. He bullies me. Only joking, he's a good lad. Right, I'm going to get cracking. As you can probably see, I'll get a bit closer because, again, no mic. What a sausage. As you can see, need about another half ton here. We can only get so much weight on the van without me losing my licence. So yeah, we're going to nip back, go get another half ton. But nearly there. Then we can compact it. Oh, making some progress though, slow and steady. Right guys, so it's all screeded, still needs compacting, but Sprozzies don't do the brick that we need for down there, so now we're going to have to nip off, get the brick, and then get it built up. But yeah, it's looking good now, isn't it? Making some progress anyway. That's nearly the sub base all done and dusted. Right, earlier on in the video you noticed that well, you should have noticed that we built that up. Now I've got the bars in for where we're screeding to. I can put a block on either side on the bars, and that'll give us our final height for the drive. Then I put my screed bar over the top like that, and then that'll give me the final height for where this reset grid cover is going. So yeah, that top of that there will be flush with the top of the blocks. So basically I've just got to work out the distance between that, minus 80mm off it, and then build up the difference with the block. Basically, I say 80mm, it's more like 90mm to allow for some muck to go underneath it. But yeah, this is what I'm on with now. I've just cleared up around it, give it a sweep off with the hand brush so the mortar sticks to it properly. But yeah, I'll get this worked out and start building it back up. Take the old grid off. Oh yeah, still got to take my boards out and I left them in just so nothing went down. And I'll leave them in now, so anything that goes down I can clean up after it. I will have to let it all set first. See if any more dust off the top of that. Lovely, it's all set nicely. Hey up, you alright, pal? You alright getting the radio out, man? Ooh, dear me, that's a bad job. Right guys, so I've put a dry mix, semi-dry mix around the edges. It'll soak the moisture out the mortar a bit quicker as well. But now I've got that ready. I've got a couple of blocks on that side as well, so I can get the final height. And next, drop this in. So you can see it lines up nicely, like so. And then all I need to do, put the mammal there, tap this down so it comes in flush, so that the gap on that closes up basically. We'll go all the way there, and then I'll swap over to this side. Because you don't want it necessarily level, because this has got a fall on it this way. If I put the level on it, this wouldn't be right. But doing it like this, make sure your grid has the same amount of fall as you drive. Almost there. That's almost. Drop it back. There's a bit more. Lovely. Now I'm just going to put a floor skim around it. I won't put the metal grid in it just yet because the weight of it could make it sag. So I'll leave that covered now. The dry mix that's around it will help it set a little bit quicker. And then I'll be able to top it up with the dry mix and whatever. Lovely. A little bit on. Literally, it's just going to have to be thin this so you fit the block in. Right, whilst that's setting now, I will give it a sweep off afterwards. Well, I'll brush off on the inside, make it a bit prettier. So now this is all ready. Matt's just run over it with a rake again, with a screeding rake. Now we're going to compact it all, screed it all off, and then take the bars out. Right guys, I'm going to change the camera angle because otherwise all you're going to see is my canyon. That's probably not any better, to be fair. but I'll just have to try and keep pulling my kecks up. I've had enough of pulling my pants up, so you're getting an angle from here. Poor Matt behind me. Right guys, that's beautifully screeded now, all to the levels that we need it at. The next step will be to take these bars out, and Matt's already made up a couple of dry mixes to put in there, because you can't compact it with the compactor, and it's just basically my weight that compacts it. We put a bit of a dry mix together, so then bits set solid, and then that way you won't get any dips where your bars were. Yeah, again, other landscapers, other block pavers would do it differently, I can imagine, but this is the way that works for us. So I'll get another time lapse on the go so you can see us taking the bars out and filling them in. Oh, I've just bloody stood on where I was screeded. Tripping up over things. Right. Does that look nice and flat to you? Well, actually, it's not perfectly flat. I keep saying it. It's got to fall that way. But as you can see, we put it in. I walked it, or Matt walked it. And then I just screeded it off. Well, floated it off with a float afterwards. Just to blend it back in again. But yeah, that should be bang on for us now. What we're going to do, normally I like to start at the driveway, but because there's so many funny shapes on this, we're going to start down at the house. Oh, I'm out of breath. Don't look like you're doing much there, but you don't half get to your back, and just, yeah, repetitive. But yeah, I'm going to crack on with this next. We'll get the blocks down and stuff. What I do is I'll put the border block down there, but once everything's down, I'll then take up those border blocks. Don't need to put concrete them in anywhere else because they're tight up against the boards and this drive and the edgings, so they won't push away. But over there, down that side, I'll take the border block back out and dig out the sand layer, then I'll concrete them all in basically, and prime them all as well, all the way down that side. Like I say, it's only down that side because everywhere else it'll have something to butt up against, so it doesn't want to move. But over that end, we will have to concrete it down, but we'll have to take it down to the MLT. So yeah, you'll see me putting the blocks in. Before anyone comments saying, oh, you've not concreted them in, I am going to concrete them in. I just find it easier to get it all in first, take the border block out, dig it out, concrete them in. Jobs are good. And Matt's put all the bars on already and tied them all up, ready to go back to the yard. Right guys, so I've just got a bit of the border block in there and put my bar in there to keep it nice, the same distance all the way down. So the next step will be to start putting the block on the inside, which are these. Lovely jubbly. So I'll just start in that corner, work my way out, put a bit more border block down when I can get to it without walking on my screed, because that's the last thing I want to do. I don't want to mess up my screed. Matt's already got me a stack there, so yeah, let's start putting some block down now. Doo-doo. Well, I can tell you what, I don't have make your back ache. I bet Matt's back's aching as well. There's no, I mean, you can get a tool where you can take up a full leg on a pack, bring it over. Matt's like, "Why we got one on there?" But it would have just been awkward to get it up over the base pedal anyway, so a bit pointless on this one. But the centre's in now. Need to pinch a few from around here. I've still got all the cuts to do down there and down here. But whilst it's dry, we're going to get some kiln dried sand in it today, because with this English weather, you just never know. You never know if it's going to get here in the morning and precipitate and everything get wet. So kiln dried sand goes in a lot better when everything's dry, obviously. So we've got a few bags of us. I don't think that's enough, but it'll get us going. So I'm going to go and get them now and get them in. I'll get closer. I was just about to put my mic on, but I looked at my phone and there's not enough charge on my phone, so it don't matter anyway. Again, some of you don't want the time lapse, some do, but I'm going to time lapse it anyway. Oh, my back. Ooh. So guys, feeling it now. Bet Matt is as well. A few blocks been moved. It's not the biggest block paving drive we've ever done, obviously. But now we'd go over with a whacker plate, but I've still got a load of cuts to do down that edge and around the front as well. So we're going to leave that till tomorrow. What happens when you go over with the whacker plate, if there's any that are sticking up slightly, it takes them down. Plus it'll vibrate the sand to the bottom so you can get another coat of sand in. But yeah, tomorrow we'll get all these cuts in, compact it all, fence, step, finish. Yeah, still a lot to do, but we're getting there. Oh, look at my shadow. Oh, good morning. Got a busy day today, so we've got to fit a gate here, take the old gate down there, take up these blocks here, dig down so we can bed them onto some concrete, cut all the way down here for the border block, cut along there for a border block, and fill the recessed manhole as well so it blends in nicely. Just a quick one though, I've been looking at the analytics of my videos and stuff, and I've noticed over 55% of people aren't actually subscribed that are watching them, which I think is crazy, to be honest. So if you're not already subscribed and you want to see more driveways and stuff, we're going to be doing a decking job in a couple of weeks as well. We've got a couple of little jobs in between that as well to do, which I will document, even though they're not like full jobs like this one. They're making a right load of noise. I think they know I'm filming. So yeah, if you want to see that, like and subscribe. Not only that, I'm going to be doing, now the weather's getting a bit better, we are going to start doing a bit of travelling again, in the van and doing a bit of camping and what have you. So we are hoping to go away a lot of the weekends, and hopefully I'll be vlogging them as well. So you'll have the workday week, and then hopefully the bit I'm looking forward to more and sharing with you more is actually doing what I enjoy most, and like paddleboarding, bike riding, walking, and just exploring new places. So like I say, even if you don't want to see the driveways being done, or the gardens being done, even though it might inspire you, you never know, you want to see more of the travel stuff, and even Tom's as well. There'll be one video a week from Tom's, the farm. So if you want to see any of that as well, just subscribe, because there's going to be a mix of everything. Hopefully it'll you know, someone will be interested in some of the stuff I'm doing, hopefully. Surely, hopefully. So yeah, like and subscribe, guys. Get this gate on. I've put this across here, then put my level on it. I've marked off the wall, so that's perfectly flush with the edge of that post. I'm now going to cut down this 4x2 to batten onto the wall. I've already marked up the height, so I can cut that to the right height. And then we're going to fix them to the wall with these nice big bolts. So I'll chop this first, get it screwed up onto the wall, and then that'll give us our final height straight the way across. And then we'll get the post in on the other side, cut the panel in, boo-doo, job done. Right guys, so this side here, I've just marked up all the way down here, returning all the way up and returning back there. This bit's a bit of mucking about, so I'll do that later. But I've marked this up now. I've just got to nip off because they've sent us a post that's not quite right. I don't want the rough side on the front. Most places do the end post with like a nipple on either side, basically. Because someone said in the comments I put them the wrong way around. They're definitely not the wrong way around, because like I say, sometimes, well, most places sell the end posts with a nipple on either side, so you can have them either way around, so you can have the good side to where you want it. So I'm going to return that one and nip off to Sproston's, because I know they do the one with the nipple on either side. So I'm going to nip off, I said nipple off then, nip off, go get that, drop some tools off at my next job, whilst Matt does this cut. Get your air defenders out of the van and that, mate. Alright, Matt's ready to do all the cuts now. So I'll go and get this post whilst he cracks on with that. Right guys, as you can see, this is an end post. It has the nipple there, and if you look on this side, it has one on that side as well. So 100% it went upside down, and that is the size we need as well. So I'm going to grab this, stick it on the van, and get it. I'll go and get it installed if we can squeeze through. My mic's flat. I have got one in the van, but I don't want to look for it right now because I really need this job done today. But I'm basically securing this on now, so I don't have to do it once it's set in, because otherwise the vibrations might move it whilst it's still in setting. So I'm just going to drill this up. I've already put one in. I forgot to press record before. So I'm just going to screw this all up now and then get it concreted in. I'll put a block on that to hold the gate where I need it to be. you can see, the gate's now in. Next we're going to install one of these, so I'm going to go on the other side, make sure it all fits nicely, mark up where I need to drill a hole and then drill through and install it. Right. Now I'm going to go over with a whacker plate, just get them all nice and flat. Not just that, it takes that sand right down to the bottom and then we can re-sand it again. Almost there, aren't we, Matt? Almost there. So I'm going to get the hose pipe now. Now it's all been compacted and swept off. Yeah, it's a bit off. Sorry, it's starting with that small one. So I'm just going to rinse it all off now. Make it look a bit fresher. And then I've still got this grid to do. But hopefully that won't take us too long. But yeah, we should be all done today. Lovely. Right guys, I'm going to have to do this clip again. You won't see the last clip because, as Matt pointed out, what a guy, I had the radio in the background. You can do it if you really want. I won't sing the rest because I'm that good at singing, they'll think it's the real thing. Won't they, Matt?
Don't want it raining again.
I don't want it raining again. Yeah, I suppose. He's not joking. So as you saw in that last video, last time lapse, it started precipitating really bad. We said the R word.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he said the R word. But anyway, earlier on in the video, which was in a different day, I said about us getting the kiln dried sand in it whilst the sun was out and whilst it was dry, because obviously we wanted the sand to go right down to the bottom of all the joints. And I also said that it's you just never know with the weather, so it's just worth doing it. Don't put off tomorrow what can be done today, basically. So that's why we got the sand in, because like I said, you just can never tell with this English weather. You really can't, because it absolutely threw it down a minute ago, didn't it? And just look at that current bun now. Something else, isn't it? Can you see my shadow? Walking around with a tripod. I don't know. Amateurs, but I'm enjoying doing this. I hope you guys are. Again, like and subscribe. So yeah, next step is to do this grid. I'm going to bring it at an angle like that, just so it meets up over here. And then just try and get it to blend in as much as possible. So yeah. Oh, why did no one tell me to press record? I've literally been talking to myself all the way through doing that grid. But yeah, it's done and dusted now. Well guys, one, I didn't press record, and two, the battery died as well, so double whammy. But the manhole's done, and this great British weather again. I thought I'd quickly show you it before it gets covered with haily snow. So, job complete. Matt's just finishing off cleaning the road down now. But yeah, we're all done. Gates on, fences are in. Look at that. Lovely. Just in time, because this hail is actually hurting a little bit. Matt said there was a possibility as well of hail today. But that's it. Lovely.